there has been a quote unquote banning of the stereotypical shift that we've seen in recent years. So what that rule does is that two infielders are required, exactly two, on each side of second base, and they have both feet have to be on the infield dirt when the pitch is
Mhm.
delivered. So that prevents what we've seen, the third baseman going to short right field and having, the shortstop, second baseman play over there. That prevents stacking the infielders on one side if there's like a runner on third for a hitter that can only hit on the ground one way. And there was no modifications to the outfield rules, right? Or does it have to be
No.
three outfielders in the grass, or has to be four infielders
Um,
on the dirt, right?
I think it's four infielders on the dirt.
So you can't have four outfielders.
I'm pretty sure you can't, but I've seen new shifts where like they'll just completely disregard left field altogether.
So yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I wrote it down. The Joey Gallo shift, where um Joey Gallo, we saw as Yankees fans, not only can he not hit the ball on the ground to the left side, but he can't hit it in the air to the left side, which I think is unique to Joey Gallo and guys kind of like him. Because
Yeah.
even if you look at some of the stereotypical shift guys, think Rizzo, Chris Davis of the Orioles, Mark Teixeira, the lefty pull swing is very much ground ball on the right side, but they can put it in the air various places in the outfield.
Yeah.
But what the Red Sox did to Gallo the other day was they took their left fielder straight up out of left field and played him in the short right field role that we've seen with the shifts from before. So that sucks for Joey Gallo. I don't think he'll be able to break it. Um,
It's crazy too, because if he simply was able to make some kind of adjustment to just let the ball travel a little bit more, he can tap a ball over the third baseman's head and get an easy double, like
he
every
could
time.
he could bunt double because there's not even a
Yeah.
left fielder
Yeah.
like not even
Yeah.
left field. And Joey Gallo is fast. He's an athletic guy. That's
Yeah, well, that's the frustrating thing about it is like it's all about his specific launch angle is so limiting. If he hits it in the specific sector where like he's hunting for the ball, it's going to go fucking very far. But if he's only swinging with that specific arc to the bat, he's not going to connect all the time. So if he was able to just like have a little bit more bat to ball in him, maybe we do see that with the new like pitch clock change. Like that could potentially bring something out of him where like he's like, oh man, I really don't want to hit 150 this year. At least like I'll have to tap a few down the left field line. A guy's not throwing that hard. Just slap the ball down the line a little bit.
yeah, and I don't see the need for an additional rule with this shift so far. I mean, it's only been a week of spring training games that we've seen. But I'm a fan of smart defensive positioning. I don't think that players should have like papers and cards on the field. I think that should be something that's kind of studied. Same thing with like pitchers and catchers, like they do their homework to understand a player's weaknesses and whatnot. I think it's the bare minimum for professional defenders to be able to know where they should shift with certain pitchers. And use data, use data, but study data. Like that shouldn't be live. That shouldn't be handed to you. Have your data team provide that to players, have them study it, and then you do the
Mhm.
shifts accordingly. And I think it's a worthy risk. If you remove an outfielder and put
Yep.
them in short right field, the effect of that is if Joey Gallo hits a laser down the left field line into the left field corner, he could get an inside the park home run before someone touches the ball. So I think it's a
And
worthy risk reward to take. Like we're not going to see that shift on Anthony Rizzo because Rizzo goes in the air to left field
yeah,
constantly. So you can't remove a left fielder for Rizzo.
hopefully we'll see more guys making a jump. I think Rizzo's going to thrive just because he is a guy that's capable of. We've seen him choke up a million times with two strikes on him and just tap a ball over the shortstop's head. And like he knows that he can also pull the ball through the shift as well. So he's just going to get more and more extra base hits to right field as well. So it's nothing but benefits for the Yankees in particular.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see from Rizzo is slightly lower slugging. Because last year, a lot of the time he was gunning for homers in right field. Like once you put that short right field defender there, remove the third baseman, there's not a lot of room in Yankee Stadium right field. Like I know people talk about the short porch. Yeah, it's easier to hit a home run. There was a bunch of home runs that would only be home runs at Yankee Stadium last year, and Rizzo probably had about five of them, six of them. But there's not a lot of grass out there. So what I think we're
Yeah.
going to see is a more rounded approach from Anthony Rizzo. Um, maybe like a 250 to 270 hitter. Last year he was about just a shade under 230, but he had a ton of slug. I say he'll probably hit 30 home runs again if he stays healthy. But it's not going to be
Yeah.
gunning for fences. Last year we had a surprising amount of games where Rizzo like 1 for 5 with a homer and maybe a
Yeah.
walk. And I
I mean,
think we'll see more rounded approaches for him.
the crazy thing is he was like a 280 career hitter up until like
Yep.
when he got to the Yankees. So he very clearly just changed his approach to hit for more power when he got to the Yankees. I think he had the highest slugging percentage of his career last year, and
By
he's been
far.
in the league for quite a minute now. So, and it's also crazy how he just ties his home run record every time. He's been at 32. How many times now? 5 times throughout his career? Four
It's nuts.
times.
It's nuts.
Um, which, yeah, I think that he's finally going to break through that, and a lot of it just does depend on his back health. Like that really played a factor as well in his performance. And I think that he knew that it would be just easiest for him to poke a ball out to right field with his back feeling the way that it was. Um, just it makes more sense for him to bail out towards the short porch. And I think that this year we could see maybe 15 more games played from him, and like the average go up by 20 to 30 points. And then on top of that, his OBP go up to about 350, 360.
Yep.
Whereas it was like down at 333 or something like that last season, which is low for him. So I think he has higher standards for what he built for himself. He had a great year last year, but that does not mean that he can't build on that.
Yeah, and Rizzo is gonna get his walks. Like his OBP was low last year because his batting average was low. So it's
Yeah.
about a difference of the 100 points for the walks, one walk every 10 plate appearances. He gets that average up to 260, 270. You're looking at a 370 on base guy. With his slugging, last year was around he was touching 600, I think, with a slugging or getting near it. You're looking at a mid 800s OPS guy. That's not too bad from from
Yeah.
a
No,
32-year-old, 33-year-old.
33, I think. And he's like a career 860 maybe or 870, something like that. Um, he could eclipse 900 if everything goes right for him, but I think any Yankees fan would be more than happy with something between 830 to 880. Like that would
Yep.
be excellent.